All right, guys, we are in for a treat tonight. All right, I got Patrick Bet-David having a conversation with Colion Noir. And they was just recently talking about what got Colion Noir into his whole love for guns, how he was as a child, all these other things, who his mom, who his dad was, why he became an attorney, all those things, man. Extremely intelligent young brother. And Patrick Bet-David is a beast in business as well. So they having this conversation, but I've never heard anybody hit Colion Noir with these type of questions and perspectives, different perspectives that Patrick Bet-David is going to hit him with. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Hopefully you enjoy it. This is a great bit of back and forth that they're about to have. And I already know, man, I'm about to learn tremendously. Hopefully you guys will too. Let me don my headphones. Let's get into it.
So one of your recent videos, you highlighted the fact that in 2018, we had 297 people die from a rifle. 235 was from shotguns. 1,515 was from stabbing. 672 was killed by hands and feet. If 297 is...
Y'all heard them numbers, right? You heard them daggone numbers. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's about to slow it down and run back through it, but y'all heard them numbers. Crazy numbers.
If 297 is rifle, 235 is shotgun, if we have so many more in stabbings and hands and feet, why are so many folks in DC on the left trying to figure out ways to overregulate guns?
I think what you have to do is you have to break down the audience. So if you're talking about just the general population of people in the middle, who are just regular people and they're not in politics, who want to do those things, they have a different motivation. Then you have the people in DC, as you stated, who have their own motivations. And I think largely the motivation is control. And sometimes that desire for control is, they are serving as almost a proxy for other interests that have a desire for said control.
Via the name gun control. We just want control. That's what we want. We're not hiding anything. It actually says it. It says gun control. That's exactly what it says. All right. Okay, let's go.
For other interests that have a desire for said control. Because what you'll get is you'll get a lot of politicians who are getting money from people like the Bloombergs of the world and so forth and so on, who they've made this issue their thing. This is their life mission, so to speak. And so when they're responsible for getting them elected in these particular areas, in these different races, then they can't go against the person who helped them get there in the first place. So they're going to push for these types of laws because they want these types of laws. But then you also get individuals in positions of power who don't like the idea of the common man having access to the things that they consider to be high powered.
All right. So those are the things that give me pause, man, because there are people out there who money is so long. Their money is just, they got so much money that they can just make whatever happen by touching the right person, talking to the right person, or being willing to back certain things. I don't know. I got this is why I'm getting into this, because it's more than just trying to understand the right or understand the left. I really want to see the inner workings of it all. Not enough where I can be canceled. I ain't trying to be canceled. Not enough where I can be, targeted by anybody, because this is just for learning purposes. That's it. I just want to learn. All right. And I want y'all to be there with me. All right, let's go.
Because they like the idea of sitting on this oligarchy or this throne above everybody else, because they don't see themselves as our representatives. They see themselves as our leaders. And so you can't just have the common everyday man on the same level of degree of power, so to speak, as you are when it comes to the ability to protect and take life. Because the most important thing we have and the most valuable thing we have in this world is our life. So from that perspective, if I'm somebody who sees myself as above the common man, and I look down and I was like, so let me get this straight. You mean to tell me this little plebeian down here can own this AR-15? And then if he decides that he wants to come, I don't know, take my life, we're on the same page? No, I want to relegate this person to, okay, maybe handguns for now, but even then I don't really like the handgun stuff either. So I rather them, if they're going to protest and they're going to be angry with us, I don't want them showing up with rifles and handguns. I want them showing up with rocks and sticks.
If something was to pop off, that makes perfect sense. Think about it. if they all want to go against us, come on, there's way more people in this world than it is us in this government. So in our military. So we need to make sure, we put together the people, make sure that they ain't got nothing. Make sure they only got slingshots. It's going to really be a David and Goliath type of thing, man. I swear to God. So this right here is why I take this so seriously, bro.
Because we have the forces necessary to deal with that. But you're talking about a whole bunch of people that if we do something to them that they don't like collectively, you mean to tell me that they can collectively come together, take up arms, and make a stand? No. We can't have that. And so I think that's a motivation for some of those people who are in positions of power.
So let's look at the two different sides. I'm going to give you my view of what I see both sides bring in their arguments, and then you give me what else you would add to it, and agree, disagree, whatever may be added. So one side, you got the right side. Republicans may say, look, you can't take my gun. Second Amendment was there not because of me having a gun to go out there, hunting or getting food. It's more for tyranny in case the government turns against me and I can protect myself against them. So, and the AR-15 is one of the best rifles out there. No, AR is not called assault rifle. AR stands for, you know what AR stands for. So, well, no, it is an assault rifle. No, it's not. So why do we need to do background checks? There's no need for a lot of extensive background checks. Why do you need training? If somebody needs to go get a gun today, they should be able to get it. I lived in California, in Texas, and in Florida. In Texas, I can go buy a gun and leave, and I want it to be that way, right? California, I had to wait, I think it was 4 weeks. I don't know what the exact timeline was, like 30 days or something like that. Yeah. So that's this side. On the other side is, look at all these mass shootings. These people, if they didn't have access to the guns, this would have never happened. Why do you need all these guns anyways? Why do you need these semi-automatic weapons? What's the purpose of it? You make me feel scared by all of you owning so many guns. I think it's better if we become a little bit more responsible. How hard is it to understand this? Why is it so complicated? What else would you add to the arguments of each side?
I told you this guy, Patrick Bet-David, is sharp AF. This brother is just sharp. And there's not many people out there that's going to present these type of arguments. Yes, I love seeing people, even Colion Noir's conversation he had with Joe Rogan. Phenomenal conversation. And Joe Rogan also throws great perspectives back to him as well. This brother, Patrick Bet-David, if you don't know much about him yet, make sure you go check him out, guys. The same way you guys introduce people to me, I want to introduce people to y'all. That dude's he's fire.
I think honestly you kind of covered it, but overarching, at least on the other side, is fear. It's outright fear. It's this idea, because most people don't really think of themselves as being the protector or the defender. They see themselves as the victim. There's a potential victim. So when you only see yourselves as a potential victim, what you think to do is, well, let me disarm the potential attacker.
That makes sense.
Not let me empower myself to defend myself against a potential attacker. And so I think for a lot of people on the opposite side who don't want these guns out there, they are overarchingly scared of the potential for people to do something bad to them. And so for me, if I was going to add anything, it's just that overwhelming fear.
It makes total sense. That makes total sense. As a matter of fact, I know people like that. People who think that they don't have the power to defend themselves against a daggone government in the first place. But honestly, I think that if anything was to pop off, they will take care of us. They will. I think they'll do what they need to do, and I don't think that they'll try to attack us. Now, I'm fearful that someone might run up in my house or something. So what I'll do is just make sure that I double lock everything. I'm not going to try to, go purchase any guns or anything to defend myself. I don't think that's necessary. I think everybody pretty much think like me. They're probably fearful like me, and they're probably not just walking around with guns. So, and crimes happen once in the blue moon. That's like lightning strike, and they're probably thinking that it's not going to affect them or knock on their doorstep. So it's a whole bunch to that, man. This is great conversation right here.
Let's add those in there, right? Okay, so now let's go back to guns. If they take my guns away from me, let's just say they do take our guns away from us. What can they do to us that they can't do today? So let's actually go there. I'm not telling you this is something we agree on. Yeah. But please keep in mind, you come to my house. I'm a former military, airborne. You know my background and you know my position. But I'm asking, let's go to worst case scenario. Let's say Beto O'Rourke runs it. He's in charge, and he's the guy. And he comes and he confiscates everything away from you. Forget about registering your guns. Well, let us register, because if they register, that's phase one. Then it's next one confiscate. I'm just telling you, they're going to come and take everything. What's the worst thing they can do to us?
After they've taken the guns?
They got all the guns. What's the worst thing they can do to us?
I don't know. Ask China.
I don't know. Ask China. What did he mean by that? I don't know. Ask China. Look at this man's face after he said it. It's just, look at his face. He's just waiting for him to just, can you think of anything else? There's a few other countries that when they gave up their guns, millions of people were killed by the government. I don't know. Ask China. That, oh my gosh, that right there, that's a bar. Oh, Patrick Bet David responded to that one.
You're going that far in. So you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Why not? Because at that point, what's to stop them? There's nothing to stop them.
You heard him. You heard him. He said, you going that far, huh? He said, you going that far, huh?
Everything now at this point is really kind of a negotiation. All the things that they try to make us do now is really kind of a negotiation between them and us. At that point, there's no negotiation. They can just do it. And then if we don't like what they do, at best, they suppress whatever half-ass attempt of uprising that goes on and then keep it moving. Isn't that what they did in Hong Kong?
So I'm from Iran, and in Iran also, you can't have guns. It's just the government and you don't have the guns, right? They have it, you don't have it. Same as China, same as a lot of different places on that side.
That's a way to protect themselves from getting killed by the people. Look. Y'all don't need no guns. We'll take care of you. Then give me your guns. Give me your guns. You can't handle knives either, butter knives. You can have butter knives. That's it. What you mean you can't cut your steak? That's not my problem. You're cooking it too much. Don't cook it well done. You won't be able to cut through it with a butter knife. You need to cut through it so it's soft like butter and it melts in your mouth like butter. Medium rare. That's it. Give me your guns. Only cook your steaks medium rare. That's it. That's it.
But what is the most valuable thing you and I have? What is the most valuable thing you and I have? If you ask the average person, what would they say? What do you think it is? If we were to say the most valuable thing we have in America?
I'm going to say in America, our freedom.
Okay, so let's just say freedom is one, which is potentially freedom of what? Free enterprise, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of Second Amendment, freedom, a lot of different freedoms, right? Yeah. So let's say it's freedom. Let's say it's your voice. Let's say it's your life, okay? Some may say life is at the top. Some may say freedom's at the top, right? Okay. So if they take your guns away today, is to do what? To put fear into you that they can't already do to you today anyways, which is what? I mean.
All right, so how he answers this question right here. He's about to ask him, you know that pretty much if the government wanted to do something to you, they can. If they want to do something to you, they can. They can get rid of you. They can shut down the internet if they want to. They can shut down your whole platform if they want to. He's going to say something about the other day when a couple of platforms were shut down for the course of a day and you couldn't do anything about it. Well, for a course of a few hours, and a lot of people were panicking. You couldn't do anything about it. Who's to say that if you're not one of their enemies, they can't reach you? It's about to get really, really good, because how Colion Noir responds to this is just fire, man. It's gonna be fire. So we're gonna check this out on another joint, but at this point, do me a favor and let me know whatever you want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. And for all the people that ask, this hoodie that I'm wearing is from LFR JoJo's channel, my son, LFR JoJo. This is his merch right here with the skull and the LFR going through it. Yeah, he created. That's my man. That's my man. All right, love y'all.